Everybody, it's Victor. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. I'm not going to lie, I recorded this video right after yesterday's episode, so the like streak counter has not been tallied yet, but I'm going to take a pause after today's episode and tally them to see if we get to the first like streak goal of the new era. It's about time. We're only 2 away, so let's make it happen, everybody. And thank you all very much for all the support. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Izzy Burr on the Sinvicta subreddit. Tile throwers, it do be like that. It says 100% devil deal. Yep. Because I did not get a devil deal for the past 2 floors. Sounds reasonable. I did not suffer red heart damage. Yeah. So give me a devil deal. Yep. Yep. That's the good old classic trolling Isaac. Thank you very much, Izzy Burr. We haven't seen a Patrick Star meme in a little while, so that one was appreciated. See, today is gonna be Bravo Romeo 408 Hotel Bravo Juliet. We got the D1. We already have better damage than we did yesterday, which is just a fact and also sad. Yeah, and then we have the school bag, which, you know, backpack, sure, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna give us a second like actual useful active item game, that's fine. I saw that little quick reload there, Claudie. Congrats. The D1 can be very good. It can duplicate something at random on the ground as far as pickups is concerned, or in this case, a chest. Well, you have a key, so I'm going to absolutely go for it here. Our movement speed's even worse than yesterday's, which is unbelievable, and we got no money out of there, so yeehaw. And once again, our tears rate is actually higher than our damage, so I have turned off the game and booted up a new instance of Isaac since yesterday's episode was recorded, so the game has no excuse. There should be no threads of similarity between yesterday and today's run, but here we are. But yeah, the D1, it used to be S tier. It used to be incredible because it would guarantee copy whatever is on the ground without any variation or a bit of a randomness. Now, as you saw with that red chest right there, so if this were the old D1, it would have copied that red chest and just given us a simple second red chest. But that was deemed too powerful or whatever in typical Isaac fashion. So they made it to where now it only duplicates stuff on the ground at random. So that red chest will always be a random chest, but we have no idea what type of chest it is. This random penny on the ground will not always be a penny. It could be something better. It could be something worse. Same thing goes for hearts. Just because you have a soul heart on the ground does not mean that it's going to give you another soul heart. So, and it's really disappointing that that kind of stuff happens because I felt like the old D1 was really unique in that regards to where we didn't have to worry about having the optimal build or anything like that. It was a reliable source of income, of HP, of chests, which could lead to other things, maybe even items. If you knew that an item was inside of a chest, you could guarantee get another chest that has a guaranteed item in it. I mean, it was like a mini targeted Yara rune, and that's what was amazing about it. But again, and as Repentance does, it deemed it too perfect. It was too much fun, and we all know we can't have that. Not in our Isaac. Thankfully, we did get the petrified poop early on here, so this heart against humanity is going to be huge, huge, huge. We'll get another soul heart, too. So this is hugely beneficial. And it's why I think that early on, Hearts Against Humanity is one of the best consumables that you can find early on if you get fortunate enough to get the petrified poop, which does tend to show up fairly often early on because you're usually destroying poop piles anyway, and it has a very good chance to drop if you've not seen it already. And this is just another case of that, just showing you exactly the power of knowing what items do and then capitalizing on that. Oh my gosh, we got 2 cardio coins in here, y'all. We might actually finish with 99 cents. This is kind of crazy. Depends on how far these cardio coins go. Okay, well, we've already lost 1 cardio coin, so we're not going to make 99 cents, but we get pretty damn close to it. And with this amount of income early on, man, we're sitting pretty. But man, I wish we had some kind of movement speed, some kind of damage. Would be nice. All right, so we got to 91 cents. 2 fantastic cardio coins there. Don't want to play with too much fire going in between there like that. We're just looking for the item room and now the shop. We do have the key, which is good. Means we can get into the next round of chests if we need to, or, you know, the next floor item room and shop now that we have 2 keys, or we can try to get those golden chests, which wouldn't be that, it wouldn't be that beneficial because we're almost at max money, but hopefully we can find something incredible inside of the shop. Now, we are about to get another full charge on the D1, and I can duplicate those golden chests in there, so it would guarantee at least give us one extra drop of chests here. And it's not guaranteed to be golden, but it'll probably end up being like a steel chest. I mean, it can be golden. There's no rule that says that the D1 can't just do what it used to do, but it's an off chance. And boy howdy, this is what we would expect for a run where we start with unlimited money. Yep. All right, so let's go check out the item room. Obviously, there's a tinted rock here, but we have no bomb for it, so we feel very fortunate that we even got that amount of soul hearts from poop piles. So the D1 is loaded up, ready to go. Yikes! All right, so it's gonna be that kind of start here, huh, game? It's gonna give us a disjointed, totally random mishmash of nothing. I'm gonna go back and see if we can get a bomb so we can buy, or so we can bomb that tinted rock. We have a full car, which means we can get out of the curse room for half price. But I honestly don't think it's worth it. Okay, that's fine. So we do have 1 bomb now, which means that we can open up one of these bad boys. And hopefully we'll get some more bombs. Of course, we got the bomb, but not the one we wanted. And that's Isaac, baby. All right. Well, we got Little Horn, which works on 2 different levels. First off, it is a fairly helpful tier effect when it's not pushing things around in the wrong direction. And secondly, it also takes it takes itself out of the Devil Deal, so it purifies the Devil Deal a little bit to make way for hopefully stronger items in there. I am going to have to pop this Devil card, though, because Black Monstro is very tanky and not someone I want to mess with. If you do any sort of close quarter combat and you have Little Horn, you've got to be careful, because Big Horn will come out and just slap them all over the place. And well, you talk about clown physics. It's like the enemies are on ice, especially if they leap or jump in the air. So you got to be quite careful about that. And after 7 whole minutes, we get a speed upgrade. We get to go to the next floor. Look, on last week's question of the episode, coming in from the Super Ultra Brimstone build episode, which is a very, very popular one. Thank you, everybody, for blowing that video up. And this one comes in from Teobi, who said, the question of the episode, I was rewatching an old video of yours where you're talking about a stat you came up with, which is called shot efficiency, i.e. every missed shot is a wasted shot. Besides homing, what is the best way to improve your shot efficiency, maybe tier size? Yeah, tier size is definitely one of those stats that can be very beneficial to improving your shot efficiency. And if you don't know what that is, essentially, if you fire a tier, you miss, you're doing no damage. So you have to fire another tier to make up for that tier. And the more missing that you do, or the least accurate shots that you're putting out there, the more you're going to have to recover those shots in order just to do basic damage to something. So that's what I mean when I talk about shot efficiency, shot uptime, and that sort of stuff. And homing obviously is a huge part of that, of raising your shot efficiency. Spoonbender does a wonderful job at that. It's really the only good thing about Ludovico, I would say, is that that also kind of raises your shot efficiency, because you are keeping up your uptime pretty much non-stop on a target, and that's where you want to be. Brimstone is another one that you can really increase your shot efficiency with in terms of tier effects. Same thing goes for Jacob's Ladder. I think that all of those are wonderful options But at the end of the day, it comes down to your personal skill level and knowing how to pick and choose your shots. You've got to recognize bad tiers rates or just untenable situations where you're not going to be able to have a sort of a minigun like build, and you've got to pick and choose. I mean, you literally will sometimes see me watch me. You'll sometimes see me do like this. Like if our tiers rate's really crap and I have to try to make things work, I will single tap fire because I know that I can be more accurate like that. Super Secret might be here. It is there. And we get our bomb back at +1. E1 is ready to go. And yep. We can go duplicate this cursed chest and probably get another golden chest. Maybe. Nope. 3 cents. I am going to go back and grab the Joker card. Stars card we don't really need. I want the Joker. Font? World card. Yeah, it's a little bit of waste. I want the Joker card just so we can force it on the next floor if we don't get it. And if we can manage to just get a single damage upgrade here, that would be very beneficial to us. Just to start game. This is the second run in a row now. We're asking for devil deals, but also just basic damage upgrades. Nothing fancy. I'm not going to get greedy here. Got Black Pin. Black Pin is definitely one of the ones you have to watch out for. Black Pin don't mess around, man. We get Sty, which is sort of a damage upgrade, and I'm not going to get stuck with Angel Deals this time. I'll take Hungry Soul begrudgingly, and we'll head on down. Here's the Lost. So Sty is going to give us an alternating shot, which gives us a Sacred Heart-esque level of tiers and damage, which is nice. It has a little bit of homing to it. We talked about raising shot efficiency. Sty is definitely one of those that can raise your shot efficiency quite a bit. Even if it's every other shot, that's every other shot that's going to be highly accurate. More items that you can think about. Brainworm is very, very good. Because it's not really a homing tier. It's more of like a pathing tier. I don't know. I wouldn't really consider Brainworm to be a homing tier. Not in the same vein of Sacred Heart or Spoonbender or anything like that. So what we can do here is we can actually drop the Joker card and duplicate for another tarot card here. I'll do that inside the item room here. You'll see it's not going to guarantee us that we get the Joker card, but it will guarantee that we get a card. Ace of Spades. Okay, so we can come back out here. Yeah, fine. I don't want to get super jumped today. We get Black Candle, which is going to clear out the curse, brother. Okay. And again, all things point back to that card against humanity that we had on floor 1. Really, really, really driving this run with essentially almost an unlimited bankroll here. There's Evil Eye going insane a little bit. Evil Eye, by the way, will it will occasionally fire out those blue and white eyes that double Isaac's shots, basically. So it's like a mini incubus that fires in a singular as it moves in a singular direction. As you can see here, experiencing the troubles of not having any movement speed combined with low damage. 2.75 is pretty pathetic. And once again, we get Peep here. Peep is not a particularly dangerous boss. He's just very annoying. He's not like Bloat, but he's just annoying because he jumps so often. And you just see right there, the shots that he fires out don't always follow the directions that they're supposed to. They like to come out at random. So we didn't get a double deal, which is precisely the reason why I brought this Joker card. And we get Void. I'm going to take Guppy's Eye, of course. I am also going to take Void, but that's going to be it for that. So we are here on the final day of July, everybody. Final day. July was I would say, a tumultuous month. We had lots of ups, we had lots of downs. We actually got another stars card. That's great. If we can lose 1 HP here, I will go into the shop. Or not the shop, the boss trap room. I would say July was not as bad as June was. The back half of July was arguably terrible. Culminated with last Sunday's run, of course, with the randomizer. Which did I mention this in day before yesterday or so? If I didn't, we've already nerfed the fragile ego challenge to say 2 hits now per floor. So that gives you a little bit of forgiveness and makes it a little bit easier. And that's the thing too, is that one of the features that I plan on adding to the app eventually will be a hardcore mode where users on the app will be able to essentially, what you can do is you can avoid this. Yeah, you might as well. I didn't want to avoid the Bible because you actually might off yourself in certain fights if you use the Bible, so it's not recommended. But Bookworm's very nice here too. But an upcoming planned feature that we have not announced yet, I guess it's sort of a soft announcement, is creating a hardcore mode for the handicaps, and that's going to have the original like fragile ego stipulation and all kinds of other difficult things. So for those of you who feel that the regular handicaps are too easy or whatever, you can toggle on hardcore mode, and that will unlock the most difficult challenges out there. So we also already have the achievement system in, and we're working on adding new ones as well. Sort of a way to flex your might. How many challenges have you done? And these are all going to be verified by the app itself too. So you can't just be like, oh, I did it, and that sort of thing. You have to actually draw it and get it. And remember, all your challenges are going to be named after unique. Every challenge is going to have a unique name, unique to you. So, but the achievement panel will also show you. It's not a panel; it's more of a post-it note. Will show you exactly. Exactly what the parameters were when you beat that challenge. So I do not want to take the PJs yet, because I want to go into the boss trap room to either void it or just whatever. We're going to void that. We get a damage upgrade and a shot speed upgrade. Ignore the range upgrade there. That was from us using Void and using the Telepathy for Dummies. Compound Fracture. I'm not a huge fan of this item, but we need anything right now that can add damage to our build. Reason why I don't like Compound Fracture is the visual doo-doo and also the jostling that goes around with this item. So I haven't found the shop yet either. Needless to say, we will not be making Boss Rush. So now we can take the PJs, which are going to give us a whole lot of HP, and I love that. Love that for us. One more charge, and we can probably void the matchstick. I say probably because I'm... no, I'll take it. We get a black heart. We get 3 bombs. We get 2 bombs. This gives us a free key back, so... I mean, technically it cost us a key because of the stupid lock, but it was worth it for the money. So we're going to stick with Petrified Poop. We may find another card against humanity. There's usually more than one that drop if you see one. With pleasure. Look at that. We actually duplicated the sack, which gave us a lot of value in there. Some people were salty that that I was talking trash about our boy Spider Mod. Look, you can't have an item just randomly proccing and freezing things when you're trying to make dodges on a low life situation. Okay. So Spider Mod's not blacklisted, but right now he's in timeout. Apologies to Spider Mod guy, but look, you're expected to perform. Everyone here, including myself, 80% devil deal, by the way. Everybody here is in a constant state of evaluation. You gotta perform. If you want to be on this team, we are an elite team for a reason, because we have very, very stingy guidelines. If you want to be on Teams Invicta, then you gotta know where your role is. Can't have you just randomly freezing enemies while I'm trying to dodge stuff and impeding my game plan. So we failed 80% deal with the devil. Love that. Oh, that was okay. So that right there was because of Compound Fracture. I didn't even see that tier. And you know, you do have to worry about. And honestly, an item that is blacklisted now, unless if I have piercing shots, is Cricket's Body. Absolutely blacklisted. I cannot with that item anymore. Yes, it does break the tears cap, and that's great, but the splash damage, the jostling, and the visual doo-doo is just too much, man. And that's one of those criticisms of an item that people kind of scoff at a little bit. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, come on, it's a literal tears upgrade that breaks the tears cap by a lot. How can you not like that?" Well, I just told you. It's a matter of visual clarity and also safety for the run. If something causes more issues than they solve, then it's not an item that I want to be taking. We actually need keys, so I'm going to D1 this. We don't need to blow them up, but I'm going to. No, Isaac. Growth Hormones is a big upgrade for us. Got us more movement speed, got us damage. That's what I'm talking about. Now we need to get some range here. The range is quite bad. Shot speed. And yep. That's a double deal, all right, Stanley. You're something else lately, I gotta say. I'm gonna use the Bible to get this golden key. Had a feeling they were over here. That's because they were. Yeah, and you see all the shadows and all the fractal shards coming off of Compound Fracture makes it almost impossible to see where the leapers are going to be at. Actually, no, I don't want to take Bomber Boy. We need stats here. Got a lot of range there. 2.5 range. I'll take that. And I will also take a void on the battery pack. And it gave us movement speed and luck. Okay. Void, a really big pickup here. It's at least turning useful or useless items into something. And that's really all we can ask from Void for the most part. So as long as we're getting some kind of value out of it, we're going to be ahead of the curve here. We just need to get more damage, need to get tiers, need to get a little bit more range, and we should be golden. Our movement speed is excellent right now. All right. Remember, Black Candle is going to prevent us from getting cursed, which is phenomenal. Okay, game. All right, game. Curse rooms, everybody. Now, unlike yesterday, we don't have the wafer. And the wafer is a big time need on a run like this. This run is definitely better than yesterday's run, minus the fact that we don't have the wafer. Void is what makes this run work. And it all comes back to getting enough HP to actually grab it on the second floor. Which again, in turn, feeds back into the reason why getting that Card Against Humanity card was so important. So pivotal for this run. No, we can't bomb our way in. I'm going to take the 2 Bone Hearts and then take the Black Soul Heart here. Main reason is because at least the Soul Heart can protect the Bone Hearts long enough for us to get a Red Heart, which we will be able to get by flying over here in this room, although one of them is a Mimic Chest. So we're going to use the Bible. Go skirt. There we go. I'm not going to go hit that other one. I guess I could have picked up that heart, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a half heart anyway, so that's fine. This is not what I wanted to see. Now, if the virus drops, I would definitely take it. That's a golden horse pill. Please hold. Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't take pills here, but how often do you see a golden horse pill? This is either going to be really bad or really, really bad. It's not going to be good, I can tell you that right now. But who can pass up this opportunity? Oh, that's a cute game. Spawn more hosts than anything. Oh, okay. I just keep them coming, I guess. What am I waiting for? Well, obviously, if you didn't know, I'm waiting to go into the shop and hope that we have a reroll pedestal or just get PhD in there, and then we are absolutely gravy. We need tiers, man. I like Seraphim, and once again, it went to range and shot speed. So you're not going to be able to convince me that that certain stats are weighted heavier than other stats when it comes to Void. Or random ups in general, like Death's List. It always feels like it's the stat that you want the least. Fortunately, there is no PH Dizzle in here. Dreamcatcher again. Screw it. Okay. We are very tiny right now. And also this This here, Are You a Wizard needs to wizard itself out of here. I think that was okay. I saw that we got an experimental pill, but I didn't see what stat it removed. It's a great cancel there by Bighorn. Think we got a health up? I'm not entirely sure. But because it was a horse pill, what exactly hit us there? I wanted. Okay, game. Because it was a horse pill, this is gonna last, I guess, for the entire friggin' floor. Thankfully, we have the Bible, so we can just simply use the Bible to kill Mom instantly. By the way, I love that we're getting just non-stop infamies here. Pretty much one of the worst enemies that we could come across. Yeah, I guess it's just Are You a Wizard forever, which is pretty awful. So in this case, it's actually beneficial for us to have Compound Fracture, because at least we don't have to hit the enemies with our shots to click damage. Yeah, Stanley, you are this close to being in timeout here. I mean, you are this close, because like we need to have an actual devil deal. And we did get damage at least and luck. Man, I don't know, dude. This doesn't feel like the one. It really doesn't. There's a soul heart in there, but that's not enough for me to want to do an entire, a whole entire boss trap room. So thank you. If we had flying, or if we had a little bit more damage, I would consider going to Lamb. But right now, there's no real incentive to do so. We've got a very, very mid run right now. I gotta say, Littlehorn has been carrying us here, and who knows what kind of hazards the Black Candle has prevented us from going through. Okay. Okay. Look. Make me waste one of my bombs. Oh, wasn't there anyway. Okay. I remember we still have the D1 too, so if I wanted to duplicate the cards or the chests, I can. It used to be hugely beneficial for you to duplicate hearts when you could target what the D1 actually doubled, but now it's just kind of like, you just hope that you get the type of heart that you want. Okay, great. We have got ourselves quite the navigation going on. This is like the most anti-Sinvicta map I think I've ever seen. There's 3 separate instances of dead ends that just go one room up or one room down. So you know I'm going to hit every single one of them. Go, another nice stop. Double nice stop, actually. What a play from Bighorn. Canceling out both of the egglets in there. That was phenomenal. Always try to get bloat at the bottom of the screen. Not that it makes a difference, of course. We definitely do not need more shot speed. We need damage in tiers game. And we got damage in tiers. Thank you. Yeah, I think that July of 2025 will the takeaway we can take away from of July is that it shows you the duality of Isaac and the different types of runs that you can have on any given day, like any given Sunday, any given day. When you're playing as Eden as your main, and you know, you don't know, you never know what to expect. It might be the worst run of all time. It might be a new strongest run of all time. You just never know. That's the main appeal of playing Eden for as long as I have. I love the mystery. I love the randomness. I love that I have no way of knowing what items I'm going to be getting or what situations I'm going to be in. It really trains your mind to be versatile. To know that you don't have to worry about this is an unlosable or unwinnable situation. This is a situation, it's like a problem solving exercise. The Soul Heart. I'm looking forward to August. August to me signifies the end of summer and the coming of fall, which means I get to look forward to my Skyrim weather, football, holidays. That's what life's all about, man. And also we get the King of the Hill reboot, so even better. Yep. Did actually get a double deal, surprisingly, and I am going to take both of these. Lusty Blood will help us out with our damage problem. Whatever game. Should have gone back with the Soul Hearts. Okay, there we go. Immediate dead end number 1. Let's go check out this one over here. But at least we have flying now. Yeah, we can duplicate that. It's another Fool card. Great. Pick it up just so we don't scream about, oh, you saw the card without picking it up. Try it again. Then we get a mystery card, which is not going to help us out at all. Mystery card just uses your spacebar item again. And it can be clutch, especially if you have an R key and you're going from Omega runs. Definitely want to avoid that. Because again, we don't need range at this point. So avoiding, no, we've already been over there. It's a dead end. So let's get a full charge and then we can void Mom's necklace and hopefully turn it into another damage and tears up. Come on, Day, long legs. We can take one of these Fool cards and go into the curse room for free because we have flying now. Then we can go grab that other Fool card and get out of the mob trap room. First rooms continuing to show up. Show you who's boss. Go grab this other fool card here. We got tiers and range, so that worked out even better. The Void really carrying us here. Wish we would get a little bit more damage out of it, but I can't complain with the tiers rate that we've gotten. And truly a phenomenal showing here. Get a moon card. You see here, Spectral Tears really goes well with Compound Fracture, given that how random and crazy all the tiers can get. They can still hit their targets pretty easily. Get a range and shot speed upgrade again. Our shot speed is now 2.14. Now, when your shot speed gets over your damage, that's when you know you're in big trouble. Gonna hold on to the moon card until we find something better. Hermit card would work because at least that has a chance of taking us to the boss room on the chest. The shot speed and range is insane now. Far cry from where we were about 20 minutes ago, that's for sure. Isaac should not be a problem here. And this would be one of those fights that you do not want to use the Bible on, the other one being Stanley. Little pro tip for you there. I won't say what happens, but it ain't optimal. Ooh, man. Evil Eye just went ham there. And what's nice about Evil Eye is that the eyes also do damage as well. If they end up making contact with an enemy, they actually do a pretty decent amount of damage. Get Jello. All these are pretty bad. And we got everything but damage. Good. And we hermit carded one room to the right. Yep. I guess we should have expected something like that to happen, given that we failed an 80% devil deal on this run. Fish head for the second time. Guess I never took it out of that chest on floor 3. Now we have the power of Spoonbender and Jello baked into Void. Along with Fortune Cookie as well, I think. I don't remember if they nerfed that or not, or if it's just a one random one that I got, which in this case it looks like it was Jello. I am happy that we got Lusty Blood. We get Scorpio, which is going to be just fine. Not going to give the Fishers a chance to hit me in here. You see the huge DPS increase we get with Jello, and again you see that the results of that shot efficiency. All of those compound fracture tiers are homing, so they go straight to where we're trying to go to our target, and that damage really multiplies quickly. One more room to clear, and that's going to be it for us today. So another very middling run. I'd say that this one was much smoother than yesterday's run for sure, for the most part anyway. We did get a better spread of items, which I'm happy about. And, shout out to Void, showing you how important it is to be able to have an item that gives you something for nothing. When other items were basically useless, Void stepped in and gave us stats. Even though they weren't the most perfect stats at the time, we still got a plethora of useful stats at the end of the day. So, and it really carried us because we had essentially only one tiers upgrade, and that was Squeezy. So, yeah, if we have 4.5 volt, I'd go fight Delirium for funsies, but I think we'll end it there. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who came by the Tuesday stream as well. And, yeah, if you have any feedback or ideas for the Sinvicta Randomizer app, post them in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget your questions of the episode. The most upvoted question that I haven't answered yet, or one that is on topic anyway, will be answered on next week's episode. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a good early weekend, everybody. I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Ox the Witcher, Medic Wolf, and Brynmore Campos. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.